Welcome back guys to another Android episode. Today I'm gonna build a calculator app using the linear layout inside my application. First we'll have a new project made and it will have a base entity activity and the name of the application will be calculator 101. And after that let's click finish. Now our app is getting built. I'll come back to you when the application gets built. Now our app has been built. Let's go to main XML and go to split view. And here I zoom this from here. And here we, instead of the constraint layout, we'll give a linear layout. And inside the linear layout we'll give the orientation as vertical. And next thing, we'll give a weight sum as 22. What the weight sum does is divide the page into 22 blocks. So after that we'll have a text view. We'll remove all these properties and build the text view from scratch. The text view ID will be text result. And the layout weight will be 6. And after that the gravity will be bottom end. Text will be 0. Text size will be 35 sp. Padding bottom will be 32 sp. And padding right also will be 32 sp. Layout width will be match parent, and after that layout height will be wrap constraint. Actually it will be match parent as well. No, it will be wrap content. And we'll give a background color by using the background property as hash E B 6E6. Alright, now we have made the value where the calculator acts all its sums, and here we have given 0 as the text. Next thing we'll have another linear layout placed here. This time the width will be match parent and the height will be wrap content. And next thing orientation will be horizontal. And now we'll give a weight sum as 4. Okay, next thing, let's have buttons inside our linear layout. Next thing, let's have some buttons inside the linear layout. We'll call button, and the width will be 0 dp and the height will be match parent. Let's close the button from here, and next thing, the layout width will be, layout weight will be 1, and next thing, the text will be 1 as well, and next thing, text color will be hash FFF, that means white, and the text style will be bold, and next thing, we'll give a layout margin top as 1 dp. The next thing, we'll give the text size as 25 sp. And next thing, we'll give ID for our button. The ID will be button 1. Actually, we'll give the layer without the margin top, we'll give margin as 1 dp here. Alright. The background color will be background color will be, we'll go here and choose a color. Colors, RGB code, and here we'll get the color this. Okay, now we'll give the layout weight for our linear layout as layout weight as 4. Now our button got placed correctly and in the way I wanted it to be. Next thing, we'll add 3 more buttons, 2, 3 and 4 for here. We'll copy this from here and we'll paste it four times, and here this will be button 2, and here also we'll have button 2 and text will be 2. Text will be 2 and this will be button 2, and next thing this will be button 3 and this will be button 4. Okay, and now here instead of, we'll have our background tint for each button as a green color. Let's copy this from here and paste it here, here, and here we'll give the text for the fourth button as division, and we'll call this button division. And next thing, we'll copy this linear layout. First of all, we'll close this like here, and we'll copy this from here and paste it 3 times, 2 times, no 3 times, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next thing, we'll go to the second linear layout, and here the first button will be number 4, and it will have number 4 as the button ID, and the next one will be number 5, it will have button 5 as the ID. The next one will be button 6 and the text will be 6. And the next button will be minus, and it will have the text as minus, and likewise let's do the same to the next linear layout. Here the first button will be 7, the first button will be 7 and the button name also will be 7, and the next button will be number 8. No, we have been doing in the wrong buttons. We'll go to the next linear layout, and here the text will be 7, the button name will be 7 also, the next button will be 8, the button ID will be button 8, and then the next button will be button 9, and the button text will be 9. And here the next button will be plus, the button ID will be button plus. Alright, next thing, we'll change the next linear layout. Here the text will be CLR, clear, and it will be button clear. The next button will be button 0 and the text will be button 0, and after that the next button will be multiplication and it will be button multiply. Actually this will be button equal, the button name will be button equal, and next thing, the next button will be button multiply. Okay, and here we'll copy this background tint. We'll copy this from here and we'll paste it here for our controls. Now the layout for our calculator has been finished. Now it's time to code in the Java side. Now it's time to code in the Java side. We'll go here and we'll have a private button, and this will be, first one will be button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4, button 5, button 6, button 7, button 8, and button 9. And next we'll have button plus, button subtract, button multiply, button divide, button equals, and finally button clear. These will be our buttons. Next we'll have a private text view called text result. Next thing, we'll initialize them inside our onCreate. Here we'll say button 1 equals find view by id r.id dot button 1. We'll even have button 0 here. So here we'll say button 0 will be button 0. Likewise, I'll write down all this code and come back to you. Now what you see here is the list of buttons that I initialized in the onCreate method. Next thing, we'll go to our layout and go to button 1, and here we'll have onClick placed. We'll go to button 1 and we'll have onClick placed. It will be, the name of the onClick will be number operation. Next thing, I'll copy this from here and paste on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and in 0. Next thing, we'll go press the orange button and we'll go to here in the error and press the red button and create number operation in main activity. Okay. Next thing, we'll have button equals to view, and you press on the red bulb and say cast widget button. And next thing, we'll have text result. We'll have the text result dot set text result dot get text dot toString plus button dot get text dot toString. Now we made our text result. We made the operation for our buttons to give the text result when we press the buttons. You see it clearly inside our application after we coded the whole thing. Now next thing, we'll have two integers. First input will be equal to 0 and second input will also be equal to 0. Next thing, we'll have booleans. Boolean is add, is sub, is multiply and is divide. Now we'll add some methods for our button plus button minus button divide, button multiply, and let's start it. You say button plus dot set on click listener and new view dot on click listener, and here we'll have if first, if text result dot get text dot toString dot length not equals to 0. We'll say first input equals integer dot value of text result dot get text dot toString. Okay. Next thing we'll have is add equals to true, and next thing we'll say text result dot set text null, and we'll do the same for the next buttons. We'll copy this from here and paste it 3 times. The second one we'll have minus button subtract, and this subtract will be equals to true, and here inside here we say button multiply, and in is multiply will be equals to true, and here you will have button divide, and is divide will be equals to true. Alright, now next thing we'll call to the button clear. Button clear dot set on click listener and new view dot on click listener, and here first input will be equals to 0, second input will also be equals to 0, and the text result will, the set text of the text result will be null. Alright, next thing we'll implement the button equals dot set on click listener new view dot on click listener, and here we'll have if is add or is subtract or is multiply or is divide, and inside we'll say second input equals to integer dot value of text result dot get text dot toString. Alright, next thing we'll have another if, and we'll check if is add. If it is add is chosen, the text result will be, the set text of the text result will be first input plus second input, just like that, and the isAdd will be equals to false. We'll do the same for the other buttons. Now you say 1, 2, 3, and his sub will be, here we'll have first input minus second input, and in multiply, and here sub, in multiply we will multiply this by the second input, and this is multiply will be equals to false, and here in is divide we will have text result dot set text first input divided by second input, and the is divide will be equals to false. We have to change this from here. We say double result value equals to, we'll cut this from here and paste it here. In the set text we say string dot format percentage dot to f, and we'll pass the result value to this. Now this is it for our calculator. The coding part is over. We have made some methods, buttons and a text view, and it's time to see it in action inside our application, inside our phone. So now let's run this and check the output. We run this by pressing on the run main activity. I'll come back to you when the application gets built. I made an error here. We have to make this concatenate these and make them string values. So I'll do this to these values. Now let's run this and check the output. So what we see here is our application that we've built so far. The calculator is working perfectly. Let's check it out. You'll have 3 plus 9 and it will be equals to 12. And we can clear it. We'll have 6 minus 5 which will be equals to 1. And we'll clear it and we'll have 80 into 9. And it will be 720. Likewise, we'll have 123 divided by 5, and the answer will be 24.00. And we will clear this. We can add 0, 1, 2, all the numbers. We can divide them. Likewise, our application is working perfectly fine. We can divide 3 by 1 and make it equals to 3. We can clear it. We can say 78 into 96 which will be equals to 7488. Likewise, our application is working perfectly well. So the calculator we built so far is this. So I have taught you how to make a calculator in today's lesson, in today's Android lesson. So this is it for today's lesson, and the lesson is over now. I'll see you in another lesson another time. Until then, goodbye guys, and please take care.